I find myself amidst a large assembly of people coming to practice the art of living breathing exercises. The space seems to be filled with a secret known only to the people gathered in the hall. My curiosity intensifies. How to interpret the happiness on their faces? What is this energy that kindles these smiles and embraces?
Puja is what nature is doing to us every day. God is doing puja to us every day. How? There is always some lamp He is waving around us. And we don't have to talk about the flowers and fruits He's offering in plenty wherever we go. Yeah? And smell the fragrance of flowers. With all our five senses, He's telling, I'm here, I'm here.
It all began with one man in India, a spiritual teacher named Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. In 1981, he established the Art of Living, which became a world-renowned and highly respected organization within just a few years. It is a non-profit organization working to acquaint the world with Sri Sri's breathing techniques, which aim to bring about unification, world peace, and respect and harmony between all people.
We are one world family.
Sri Sri's methods are based around the principles of Buddhism and yoga. They say that he disappeared for 10 days of isolation, silence, and fasting, and returned bringing with him Sudarshan Kriya, a simple yet meticulously detailed technique of daily breathing exercises. This technique is the base, the skeleton, and the secret to the success of the Art of Living method. My research begins by meeting one of the Art of Living's most senior teachers. In India alone, there are thousands of teachers, and after extensive training, some are sent to different countries all over the world to teach the breathing techniques and spread the organization's ideas.
My name is Raja Lakshmi. People call me Raji for short, or in India mostly people call me Raji Ma, which is a respectful term. I am a master's in English literature and master's in education. I was teaching in 12th grades before I gave it all up for this line.
What is the art of living?
It's the art of living. For me, it's many things. And in fact, in different parts, in different periods of my life, it has been different things. Initially, it was for me a relief from my pains and my diseases in the body. Then it moved into a phase where I discovered that my feelings and emotions were more under control than ever before. Not that it is now, I'm 100% control over it, but definitely I'm riding them rather than they riding me. And then at a spiritual level, it was mind-blowing, literally and figuratively. You can use this for support for the knees, and you need to sit comfortably. Make a fist of your hands, keep it near your shoulders, relax the shoulders. You may relax and just be soft in the shoulders. Hands close to the body. Take a normal deep breath in again. Keep your
In order to demonstrate the little that is possible outside of the course, Raji agrees to show me one stage of the exercise. At this stage, known as Bhastrika, the movement and the breathing turn the body into a set of bellows.
In, out, continue. In, 2, 3, continue. And relax. Now just observe the sensations. There are some sensations happening in your body. Just observe them. Now you tell me, how do you feel? How's your mind?
Very peaceful.
There you are.
Raji leads me into the
So
kitchen.
it's rice flour and curds and water to make it into a certain... In India, at least the household where I was brought up, we were taught not to waste anything, especially food. People think it is being frugal, it's being stingy, but it's not about that. It's about being careful about food is not to be thrown, because you never know when you may not get it. And any food, when we prepare, if we are with it, the process, instead of, I'm talking on the phone and I'm listening there and I'm telling what is there and I'm just doing this automatically, then it has a different flavor. So this is one thing, again, we teach in our course, to be totally with the action we are doing in the present moment.
The simple dish, like the sensation after the breathing, leaves a taste for more.
See, it's already becoming a paste.
Yummy, yummy. Very good.
Good.
I can feel the love.
Yeah.
Can you explain? Can you tell me a little bit how is it working? What is it?
The main part of the teaching is the breathing technique called the Sudarshan Kriya. In fact, the Sudarshan literally means the right vision of who you are. Now, what that is, you have to take the course to experience it. That's something that we can neither demonstrate nor speak about, because it's, first of all, it's a practical thing, so I can't show it to you. It has to be taken in the course with a certain rhythm to it, the way we build up to the Kriya itself. We need a day before, and then we give you 2 days of the Kriya. We need time. And to come from a world where we are materialistic and, grabbing, aggressive, possessive, and to come to a place where we talk of universal love and, sharing with not only family but outsiders is a big, like a quantum leap for most of us. So it takes time and more courses, repetitive courses.
Dr. Ariel Warner, an expert in the field of transpersonal psychotherapy, lectures and researches the effects of the art of living techniques on breast cancer patients. Her encounter with the organization could be perceived as coincidental or maybe a twist of fate.
My roommate told me, this musician, Ravi Shankar, the classical Indian musician, is in town. Do you want to go? And I said, yeah, I love Indian music. And so he bought tickets. And a day before the concert, I got online, I checked Google, and I said, Ravi Shankar, San Jose. And I found out that it wasn't a musician. It was this guy called Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. And I said, okay, I'm still interested in going to hear him. And we went to the convention center in San Jose, huge center. And as soon as I walked in there, when I saw all the people with their saris and their smile of joy, I could really feel authenticity in their presence and in their smiles. I knew I reached the right place. And then he got on stage and he spoke, and I felt that he was very authentic, very simple, and very real. There was something very healing and beautiful, and it was just very soothing. It felt right inside. And he led a meditation. It was very, very healing and beautiful. And then as we walked out, I said, okay, I have to do this course. It's just not for nothing. First of all, I want that smile that people have. And there was a course on Christmas Eve in Milpitas.
It was a Christmas course that I announced. People were saying nobody will come during Christmas time. And I said, no, those who will come will come.
And driving at night, it was Christmas and it was, cold and driving, and I was confused with the directions. I got it from online, and finally I got to that house.
And she landed up there.
And I remember coming in and seeing this woman sitting there on the couch. And I had a deep sense, something I didn't have when I met Sri Sri, but I had when I met her. a deep sense that I came home.
Yeah, she was like literally sitting and drinking me in. I could see that she was so intense. A teacher would love a student like that.
It was very intense for me, very, very intense. I had pain in my body and I wanted to give up. I wanted to open my eyes and give up. And I remember getting a voice inside or some intuition telling me, this is your chance to get rid of your blockage. And if you're not doing it now, God help you. I really felt that. And I said to myself, just trust this woman and breathe till the end. It's not going to last forever. It'll stop at some point. Just do it. And at the very end, I remember feeling a deep rest and a feeling of, that's what this life is all about.
For Dr. Warner, the art of living is a platform for the application of her scientific thesis. Even though she has no medical evidence, her research shows a significant improvement in the mental and emotional state of breast cancer patients that participated in the study.
Settle in.
She herself is about to become a teacher in the organization and already applies the basic principles in her course for caregivers to terminally ill patients.
Up, down, and relax. Observe the sensations in the body. Honor your body. Good thoughts or bad thoughts, just let them be.
I am meeting Gil Hirschman, a yoga teacher and art of living instructor. The quiet, soft tone of his voice does well to disguise the storms he weathered on his way to Sri Sri's teachings.
My life before art of living was an ordinary life. I was married, I had a job in high tech, we had 2 cars, a house, very normal, everyday life. But still, something was asking, is this what is there to life? And it bothered me, all those questions, and it didn't give me rest. And I decided that I cannot stay in that marriage life. I cannot stay in that life with all those questions, and I looked for answers. And then when I got divorced, it was so painful. I didn't know how to handle the pain inside. It was so like a black hole inside, because I was with my ex-wife for 13 years. The pain was so intense, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle that. I got fired and I became sick so much. And then out of the blue, out of nowhere, Art of Living came. I came to the Part 1 course and the knowledge was so overwhelming. Suddenly I heard all the questions I was asking. And I started hearing all the answers I was looking for. About acceptance, about responsibility, about living here and now, don't live in the past so much, don't be worried about the future so much. What to do with all the thoughts, which all of us have so many of those. So all these questions started to come before me, all the answers starting to fall one by one. So it made a big wow inside me.
My life completely transformed. There was no more anxieties, no more hypochondria, no more being obsessed about how I look and my weight, and all these things that were in my mind hindering my potential were gone. Even there were friends that, you know, our relationship was around that. Like, how do I look? How do I look? Do I look fat? Do I look fat? Da, da, da. I couldn't have these conversations anymore with my friends because I wasn't there anymore. I just wasn't.
Breathing is essential because you take in oxygen and you breathe out all the toxins, CO2. But yoga is also a tool that can help you touch yourself from within, touch your feelings, emotions, touch the different subtle layers of our existence, because we exist in the body, but we exist deeper than that. So when you close your eyes and you start breathing, breathing brings you to the present moment. Breathing helps you develop the capacity to breathe in and out more, use more of the lungs. Helps you purify the body, cleanse the body, take more toxins out, breathe more oxygen in, take more prana, life force energy in. And when the prana, when the life force energy is high, you look at life differently. You're more happy, more calm, more enthusiastic. You get angry less. And even if you do get angry, it takes less time to get out of that. So breathing is a tool. Slowly you discover the strength that each and every one of us has inside. And with that strength, faith comes. So you do whatever you can now, and you have faith that whatever you should get will come for you. So it's a combination of whatever life will give you and whatever you can do to make things happen. So with that faith, you can endure everything. You can handle everything. Any conflict, anything is possible.
The breath and emotions are connected, very closely connected, which is very clear in our lives. Whenever we undergo any emotion, say anger or passion or love or any emotion that disturbs us, or there is some movement inside of an emotion, immediately the breath pattern, the rhythm of the breath changes. In anger, or it gets quicker or slower or softer. When you're very restful, you're just sitting idly, you have no worry that day, you're sitting and watching a sunset, and if you notice the breath, it's very hardly there. You will feel as if you're not even breathing. It's so soft and gentle. So now they understood that if they can handle the breath, use the breath, control it, they can control the emotions. So this is the reason why I felt a change in my attitudes and even my feelings and emotions that would come. I will get angry like that, But the breathing every day has now given me a calmness built in, and I see there is a reaction, but I am able to step out, see the reaction, I see my breath changing. I give myself time, and then we have a couple of techniques which we teach in the course, which is like a quick fix kind of technique, and we use that breath for that. And then I'm out of the anger or the reactionary feeling in me, and then I'm able to answer the person or do a particular action which comes not from anger or reaction, but from a center of deliberate, conscious awareness.
The entire daily practice takes 20 minutes and includes pranayama, a series of breathing exercises and moving through different postures, and the Bhastrika, which is a breathing sequence accompanied by lifting and lowering of the arms. The heart of the exercise is known as the Kriya, breathing while squatting in a series of long, medium, and short breaths.
In the breathing process, it's a deep cleansing. Imagine a spring of water, and there's boulders that are blocking the spring of water from coming out. What happens in the breathing is that the boulders are shed, and when the boulders are shed, you're left with just the experience of the spring, of the water, of the source. That's what happens in the breathing. The cleansing is deep. Sometimes people will have memories, will have very subtly. It's not like a flashback, it's subtle. And it'll just free it. It'll free it, and then, sometimes emotions will come out, maybe laughter, maybe crying, maybe anger, whatever it is, it'll free it. It's a cleansing. It's like cleaning a glass from the mud on it. So then you clean the mud and you're left with a glass and you can see through. And then if you do it every day you have a cleanup. And then you're left with the experience of yourself without the entanglements of the mind and the craziness. And now it doesn't mean that you're walking around enlightened the whole time. We have ups and downs, but our downs are not as down as they would without the breathing, and they're not as frequent, and it's much easier to come out of them, much easier, because there is something that is cleansing all the time, and it's so freeing, so freeing. Ganesha Sharanam
The connection between the simplicity of breathing and our emotional world is beginning to make sense. People who were previously strangers stay on after the practice to sing and dance well into the night, simply in order to feel and to experience joy. Dr. Haya Ramon encountered the art of living through her work in large organization management and the challenge of finding new management methods.
My professional history started in the Hebrew University. I did my PhD there and I was teaching there. And since then, every few years, I changed my positions in many different ways. I mean, it was in the project renewal, it was in the Prime Minister office, then in industry, then I was a CEO of a startup company. And